charged me, I was almost sure at that point I was dealing with a Bigfoot. What do I do? I don't think that I had any way to even stop something that big. And then suddenly it was on the move. I remember shutting the door and just bracing myself. I thought that this thing is so big, if it ran through the door, it wouldn't even hold it back. It would just run right through me and the door. And I bring up the camera app and I set to watching it instead from inside the house. I started to notice the movement where the tree line starts to the woods. What I was seeing with my eyes was also showing up on the camera. I could see the shadow, and it didn't really have much of a neck. It just kind of tapered up
to
a point that I could tell that
What?
it was a head.
You hear boom?
Yeah. What was that?
Could be our power's gonna go up
It went
soon.
back
Could
into
be
the woods.
transformers blowing up.
I was scared, but when I went back outside, it had gone. And the next morning, I showed my family. I think their initial reaction was it was a shock.
Something was standing there just in the edge of the woods. I felt if I had gone into the woods that day, my life could have possibly been in danger. Possibly a Bigfoot was out there.
I had contacted the BFRO, which is the Bigfoot Research Organization, to do an investigation of our property. The first night that they came, we walked through the woods and the trail. And we started to hear something approaching us. You could hear the footfalls, but it was from two different directions. It was in that moment I realized that there was more than one. And then it would be quiet for just a moment. He followed one of them. And I went out towards where I heard that sound. I could tell that they were coming up closer. Just knowing that something like that was heading towards me, I was really scared. There was nowhere for me to go. definitely something that made it in the report.
I absolutely believe the creature's trying to claim the territory for itself. They wanna live there and not be disturbed.
My mother and my father, they stopped going out in the woods shortly after. And I would review the camera feed as much as I could to try to keep everything updated. I made it my mission to get these creatures on video. A few weeks went by before I saw it again. I was working outside and just happened to look up and notice that I was being watched. I had never seen one in the daylight like that before. And all I could do is take my phone out and start videoing. It was solid black, and it was staring at me. It appeared to be a juvenile. It didn't have that mass and girth to the shoulders. It was smaller than the big one, but smaller is still a lot bigger than me. So I got out of there. I didn't want to stand there too long. I got as close as I could, zooming in. But if it had been any farther, it wouldn't have shown up on the camera. So my plan going forward was to try and find other ways that I could coax them into coming out and showing themselves. There was one night when I decided to put a chicken leg in the tree to try to lure them into the camera range. And that caught the attention of the cat. I could see the cat sitting out there. And I could see the hand and arm reaching out and grabbing the cat off the ground. I had no idea that they were big enough to have a 6.5 foot arm span.
Huh, Dad?
He did call me, show me on the video. When I first saw the arm hit the cat, it was a little terrifying because I didn't know whether he was going to shred it up, throw it out in the yard, or eat it, or what. I thought the cat was excited.